So we are back. So again, this is why it's going to be so important for those of you guys watching on social media, because I literally have no understanding why this is happening, y'all. We have literally state of the art equipment here. So I can only assume that it is the internet where I am located. So hopefully we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't keep doing this. But again, the number is still high. We have so many people that are watching on social media. So you want to make sure, for those of you guys who are watching on social media, you definitely want to make sure that you register so that you can be a part of the conversation, because we have a lot of people that are chiming in. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and post the link again for you guys that are watching. Please do not share this link with anybody, because they actually have to be registered and they must be here, okay? So for those of you guys who want to enter right now, the points are pointing, okay? Y'all, points are pointing. Y'all are getting those points up. So if you want to enter to win, you need to go ahead and click on this, and you can follow all the different steps that will allow you to get more points. And we're going to be selecting from the top 30. The top 30 tonight, we will do our first giveaway. So make sure, but you got to be here live, okay? So every single day that we do a giveaway, and by the way, your name can be selected multiple times. And when we get closer and closer towards the end for the grand prize, we're going to be giving away cash money. We're going to actually be doing it so that the more points that you get, the more you actually get listed onto the list. But today, since it's day one, we just going to have the top 30. But as you get more points, your name actually will get listed multiple times. Does that make sense? Okay, y'all. Well, let me go ahead and bring on our next speaker. Fingers crossed that this thing don't cut up and stay live. What in the world? Let's bring on our next speaker for today.
Introduction. Oh my goodness. You guys look amazing this morning. Oh, thank you. I'm going to just say to God be the glory, because I thought I was not going to be here today, but God has another plan, Wow, it's so exciting to be here. First and foremost, I give it up to the best coach on this side of the Jordan River, Taria Vision Avant. And then, of course, I cannot leave out my better half, who stands beside me, be with me, my biggest cheerleader, all of that good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My dear husband that's with me. But I have a question. By the show of, give it up for my husband, yes. By the show of hands, how many people truly, truly, truly love their space and it brings them peace, joy, and happiness? Raise your hands. Raise your hand. Keep your hands up. In that space, do you have a space that is designated just for you? If you do, keep your hands up. Does that space produce income for you? Okay, great. How many? Okay. The ones that said it, let your hands, okay, thank you. Y'all are on top of it. The ones that said they had a peaceful space, but it did not produce an income. Let me see your hands again. Keep them up. free copy of my book. Free copy of my book entitled Peace Within These Walls. There you go. So today I come to talk to you about designing your way to success, creating a peaceful, productive, and profitable space. But let me say this. Let me hear you say pivot. Pivot. Let me hear you say shift. Shift. Okay. Because let me tell you exactly what just have happened today. I came here with one story, but God has totally done a shift and a pivot. I'm still going to keep you in your space, but we're going to talk about how important a space is to be peaceful. It's not about beautiful, shiny things you see. It's not about the beautiful couch and the beautiful colors and all of those things. But your space should be peaceful to be conducive for the presence of God. So if your space is not peaceful for the presence of God to reside, being productive and profitable, kick it out the door. Do you realize your space and the peace that resides in your space has the ability to manifest what it is that you desire in life? So when I tell you, this happened this morning. So how many of you know God will do a shift? You come prepared for one thing, but see, he comes prepared to give his people what they need. So before I get into what I'm going to talk about, but it's still going to be related to what he has already given me the assignment to do, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been an interior take that back. I've been doing this all of my life. Never knew that it was a gift. Definitely did not know it was a call. In 20, I walked into a job. She said, I'm sorry, but I can't afford to pay you anymore. And I said, okay. But deep down inside, can I say it like I really mean it? I was mad as hell. We had a daughter fresh in college. My husband was working. This was our supplemental income, in my opinion. Now you tell me, my husband did a shift because the Lord told him to do a shift. Now I'm sitting there looking at him like, what we gonna do? But I said, God, you know what? I trust you. But that was the best thing that could have happened to me. I started dibbling and dabbling in interior design, showing people how they can create all of these things on a budget. I thought I was just going to be the girl that shows you how to create stuff on a budget. God said, I had to shake up some things in your life in order to get you to do what I've called you to do, what I've purposed you to do. Because as long as you stay on this job, you're gonna put me second, and I will never be second. So that was the best thing that could have happened to me. And when I was released from that job, Karina's Design Studios were birthed. I became an interior designer, had never gone to school for it, didn't have a clue to what I was doing, but I had the master. He said, because it is a gift, it's what I've called you to do. Guess what? I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. And when I tell you what I tell you today, I know my stuff because it came from him. So when I say pivot, how many of you have found yourself where life just happens? That should be to everybody in the room. If I was to do a survey right now, I'm willing to bet you Every person in this room is going through something right now. So I'm going to talk to you with 3 tips today. Mindset and attitude matters is 1. Functionality is key. That's number 2. And number 3, let your personality shine. So before we even dab into the first point, is your attitude and your mindset matters. This is what I mean by a shift. All of us in this room, we're entrepreneurs, we're authors, we wear so many hats like Crystal says, but we wake up one day and we find ourselves where there has been a pivot and a shift in their life. And now you're like all discombobulated, you're all messed up, like, what am I gonna do? This is where, before we begin to put any piece together in any space, this is what we have to get right first. What is it that you desire out of life? What is it that you want to manifest in your life? And when I say pivot, now our space has to be conducive for healing, deliverance, breakthroughs, and anything else that you can imagine. Your space has to be conducive for all of those things. This is why I tell you, you have the power to manifest what you want. If you want to wallow in it, then wallow in it. But if you want to do something about it, check your space first. When you hear people talking about when people are sick and they need healing, right? It's a mind thing. If you believe in your mind that you're healed, then guess what? You're healed. That means it affects your attitude, it affects your personality. You have the ability to say what type of energy you want around you. And guess what? Now you set your space up conducive for healing. And I just told you the peace, it has to be created because it has to be conducive for the presence of God. So this is what I mean by manifesting what it is that you want. Some raised their hand and said, okay, yes, they have this nice space, but it's not producing any income. Well, that means you haven't welcomed the presence of the Holy Spirit into your space. Because see, when you want to produce income, guess what? Your mindset change. Your thought process change. Your attitude change, your goals change. And they change more than you know. They should be changing weekly. Because the more that you change and you obtain a goal, you're growing. You're shifting. You're moving. You're believing. So that's what we got to get first, our mind. We got to shift our energy. Get rid of negativity that's around you. Get rid of dream killers. If you don't have you a tribe around you that's going to push you, that's going to tell you, no, come on, get up out of this. We're not going to stay this way. You got to have you somebody that's going to push you because they see the potential, they see your gift, they see your purpose, and they see your call. Now, that's the first thing. Your mindset and your attitude, it has to change. It has to change. And then now we're fixing to move to functionality. Your space got to be functionable. So even going back to whatever it is that you have been praying and asking, desiring in your business, in your books, want to be on stages, want to be on all these things, your space has to be functional for these things to be produced. I tell my clients all the time, our space is not designed for where we are. Our space is designed for where we're going. Because if your space, prime example, because I hear it all the time, and there's nothing wrong with vintage. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong if you've had stuff 15, 20 years. Nothing wrong with it. But it is something wrong with it. Because see, I'm a realist. I'm just going to keep it real with you. If you still have the same things that you've had for the last 20 years in your space, how do you believe that you've grown? Truly grown. Because as you grow, or as your space change, guess what happens to you? You change. You grow. So can you imagine where you are today, that you're that same person that you were 15 years ago? So why should your space be? And I'm not saying that you have to go out, don't get me wrong, and get all of this new stuff. But there's sometimes we got to let go of things that no longer serves us. Ask the question. I know this is my great-grandmother's. It's vintage. Yes. Oh, yes, we love grandmother. But we carry those memories here in our heart. Not in the things. Maybe it's time for you to say, you know what? It has blessed me for 15 years. Let me allow it to be a blessing to someone else. So if it's not serving you, why are we still holding on to it? So that's number 2, functionality. So whatever it is that you're desiring to manifest in your life, it also has to function for you. It has to serve you. Do you know your space is designed to serve you? All of us in this room are servants. And we serve every single day to somebody, something, children, job, whatever. We are called to serve. So why not have a space to serve you? So if you're always serving, what serves you? Then we go back to what Crystal said, now you burn out. Because you don't have anything to serve you. Your space, they say it, your spaces should be your safe haven. But is our space really our safe haven? Because a lot of us just look at it like, oh, okay, it's just my house. I live here, go to sleep, do what I need to do, get up, start the day all over again. And for most of us, when COVID hit, allowed all of us to take a look at our space. By the show of hands, how many people hated their space? You can be real, you hated the paint color. You be like, why did I pick that with that? That don't. For the first time in life that we were confined to our space, but because of the hustle and bustle of life, we never took the opportunity to really live in our space. And see, now it's time for us to live in our space. And third and last, that I absolutely love, let your personality shine through your space. Yes. What does that mean? Whatever brings you peace. And right now, I've done it before, I want you to close your eyes. Just truly close your eyes. Think about whether it's a place, whether it's a thing, it can even be a color that makes you feel truly, truly peaceful, like nothing in the world matters. That you really, really say, you know what? I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. I'm not answering any phones. It truly relaxes you and brings you that peace that you so deserve. open your eyes. Whatever you imagine, that should be incorporated in your space. So whether it was a color, whether if it was a place, imagine those colors that was in that place. These are the type of things that you have to bring into your space, because guess what? That's truly your personality. Because that's where you find the most fulfillment and joy and peace. So that's it. So I just gave you 3 things that you can go home and start. Do not allow this thing to overwhelm you. Take your time, but start right here with your mind, deciding what it is that you desire and what you need out of life. Whether it's healing, whether it's deliverance, whether it's growth in your business, whether it's getting finished with this book that you already know that God told you to birth it because it's your story. Because he needs you to share it with the world. Yes. It's not for us to keep. So when I tell you, if God tells you to pivot and shift, you better pivot and shift. Because I'm telling you, I was in the shower. This is part of my closing. In the shower this morning, and I shared with my coach. I told her that I needed to talk to her when I got here. And it has been a long month for me and my family. And so when I tell you a shift, you can just be doing your thing and all of a sudden, pivot. And you have to shift. But I know who I serve. So because of that, I was in the shower this morning and I got downloaded. He told me exactly what I needed to do. I knew what my talk was, but he said, this is what I need you to do, because I need my people to understand how important their space is to manifest, to have what it is that I said that I would give them. He said, I came to give you the abundant life, more than you can imagine or ask or think or whatever. And if I said it out of context, don't curse me, okay? But he came so we can be in good health and prosper. So when God told me to shift, he said, I need you to talk about how important it is for their space to be peaceful, to be conducive for my presence. Because I have everything that they need. So if they're ready to take their business to the next level, I have it. If they need healing in their bodies, guess what? I have it. If they need deliverance, guess what? I have it. If they need a breakthrough, I have it. If it's time for them to walk away from some stuff that I've been told them to do, I have it. So I'm telling you, your space is more important than just beautiful couches and chairs and this and that and the third. So in my conclusion, this is my quote. You got to live in peace to be at peace. Because if your space is not conducive for the presence of God, I don't care. You can condemn me later if you want to. It's going to take the presence of God to reside. He resides where there's peace. He does not reside where there's chaos. So if your space is chaotic, I'm telling you, it's time for you to clean it up. If you want what you want, he said, I would give it to you. All you got to do is ask. It shall be yours. So guess what? What you waiting on? So if you want peace, guess what? You can have it. If you want to be more productive and creative in your business, you can have it. If you want to be profitable in your business, you can have it. But it ain't gonna happen if you don't create a space that's conducive for the presence of God. because he has all the riches. So, if you are to work with me any further, no, let me take that back. Let me skip it up, because I got a free gift for you today that's going to get you started. Since you know we do like pretty things, because I do. I love furniture. I love it all. But I need you to go to, you can take off your phone right now. And if you come back there and show me, I do have Karina's Karina's Design Studio signature candles. I have them available because if you get my book, I talk about aromatherapy. So I'll talk about scents are very, very important in your space. So we have some signature scents out there, but I want you to go to www.createpeaceathome.com. And if you show me where you've gone and you downloaded your free ebook, I'm going to put your name in a drawing because I have 3 gifts back there I'm going to give away. But you got to come see me back there in the back. But in closing, guys, I can't stress this enough. My gift is to create peaceful and tranquil environments. I don't just make things pretty. I create environments not for where people are, but for where they're going.
That's good. Yeah.
So, you can come back there and see me. I would love to see you all. But I did start telling, and I'm sorry, and I'm fixing to close it up in my finish. But that's what I mean by when God says pivot, sometimes you have to pivot. And I can say everybody in here without even asking them has found themselves in a position where life happens. Well, a little over a month ago, me and my family, I find myself in a position where life happened, which caused me to shift, which almost caused me not to be here today. But that amazing man that I'm married to said, babe, I think we can do it. We have literally been on the road all week. We went home long enough yesterday to unload, to pack up, to get back on the road. Missed the event yesterday, but God's timing is right on time. Amen. And I came in here to tell my coach that I was not going to speak. But God said, no. And he knew that. And what he downloaded this morning, I got out of the shower, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to have to do this now. Because God said it ain't about what me and my coach talked about and what we practice and this and that. He said, I need you to do a shift. I need you to do a pivot. Because there's some people in this room really is hurting. There are people in this room that's been asking God for something that ain't got nothing to do with their business. There's some people in this room that needs to be set free and delivered. There's some people in this room that need healing in their body, healing in their minds, healing in their souls. And I'm telling you, it's going to start with your space first and with the changing of your mindset and your attitude. If you can believe that you can do it, that it's going to happen, and you can see it, then guess what? It's done. Now it's time for you to create that atmosphere for God to reside so he can start doing what he needs to do in you. Because I'm telling you, y'all are looking at a new improved me. A new and improved me. Because see, I know what God is doing in my life. So guess what? No devil in hell can take it. Because I've been called and assigned for what it is that I stand up here and I talk about. And the devil cannot have it. He will not have it. So I shall live and not die. Because God has so much more for me to do. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for having me. Make sure y'all come back there and see me. Oh, I love you.
Let's give it up for Dr. Iris Wright and Karen Larkin, guys. This has been incredible thus far, and we're going to get into some more things. But before we do that, I want to go into the chat because the chat is chattering, okay? And then I'm going to show y'all what the leadership board is looking like as well, because the leadership board is boarding, okay? So let me go ahead and see. This, of course, the chat is moving, y'all. The chat is moving. Let me try to get through. Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on, y'all typing it keep popping. Let me see if I can do it on my computer. It's so much going on. Side note, for those of you guys who are watching on your social media, if you're on social media and you want to join us over here in the chat, no, seriously, guys, it's going like crazy. Let me just show y'all real quick what the chat look like, because I need them to see over here that's watching on social media. Y'all see right here on the right side, on the right hand side, that's the chat right there. So as you can see, hold on. Is it sharing the screen? I think it is. Yeah. This is the chat right here. The chat is going crazy. I cannot even scroll in to see. I'm just trying to see real quick. So again, I just want to let you guys know, for those of you guys who are watching on social, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, you need to go over to newyearnewyouconference.com. Vanessa says, awesome job, Karen. Savita says, thank you, Karen Larkin. She was awesome. I think I saw Savita say somewhere up in the front, like, this was what I needed. Tiffany says, great environments for not where they are, but where they are going. Amen, amen. And so, guys, as you guys are commenting and chatting away, make sure that you are also filling out the form for the wins. So let me go ahead and share that real quick as well, so y'all can see what the leadership board is looking like as well. Is this it? Yes. So I'm going to refresh it real quick. Y'all not playing. First of all, y'all are not playing. So right now, Dominique is at 671 points. Taisha at 641. Dawn, 641. Savita, I'm assuming that's Savita because it says, or it might be Sideria. I don't know. Sideria at 591. Tiffany at 491. Nishika. And so listen, y'all see, it's going, it's growing, it's going. I'm at rank number 24. I ain't got no points yet. So we're going to be doing, you have to have at least 50 points. But at the end of my talk, we're going to be doing our first winner. Now, we will announce the winnings on the Saturday workshop, okay? So I'll explain to you guys what's taking place Saturday, but if your name gets called, you can have your name called multiple times, by the way. But if your name gets called, we will be spinning for your win on Saturday, but you must be here live. Why? Because you didn't pay nothing to be here. So you got to show up for your own success. You got to, what they say, you got to show up for your own rescue, right? So in order to win, your name may be called today, but you must be here on Saturday and every day. So your name can be called multiple times per day. Okay. At least once per day. We'll say once per day. So what I'll do is I'll choose 2 names today. Okay, so you got to be here on Saturday for the workshops. We'll talk more about that. But listen, I don't want to hold up the time too much. But what I am going to do is take a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with this month's. If you're a Book Profits Club member, I want you to type BPC in the chat. BPC in the chat. If you're a Book Profits Club member, type BPC in the chat. Every single month, we are going to be starting to do a new challenge. Typically, on the first Monday of the month, we would be doing a private Book Profits Club meeting. But today, because it's New Year, New You guys get to get a little dosage, okay? And so every single one of you guys, if you want to chime into this book writing challenge and get you a new self-help book done by the end of the month, then you want to plug into this challenge. As you can see, we got a lot of BPC members in the house. And so if you are now some of y'all are not BPC members and y'all type in BPC, that's okay. I love it. So even if you're not and you're like, I don't know what this is, but I'm about to get down with the get down. Cool. But let me go ahead and play these commercials and we'll be right back. Immerse yourself in an ocean of knowledge and inspiration at the Women's Entrepreneurship and Leadership Conference happening in Toronto, Canada, May 3rd through the 5th, 2024. This is your chance to shine. We're actually looking for 10 dynamic speakers to join our esteemed panel, The Benefits Beyond Measure. From networking with industry leaders to gaining international exposure, it's a platform like no other. Plus, a special perk from the Book Profits Club to help you fund your trip. trip. Make your mark, share your wisdom, and inspire hundreds. To apply today, go to bookprofitsclub.com/WEL conference to learn more. Your voice matters. Let it be heard.
What if the world could see your literary prowess in all its glory? Welcome to an arena for your written magic. A stage where you're not just an author, but a celebrity. Welcome to the Book Prophets Club's Author Spotlight series, where authors are not just writers, but celebrities, influencers, and leaders. In February, our first event is hosted at the breathtaking Modex Studio, an architectural marvel. It's a cathedral for creativity, featuring a cinematic video screen and a creative expanse upstairs. Upstairs, the mezzanine level allows creators to turn their ideas into reality. Here's how it works. Each author gets a panel spot. It's unique. They get a power talk opportunity. It's your moment to and introduce yourself. It's an opportunity to introduce yourself and your work to the world in your own unique style. The excitement doesn't end there. Post-panel, attendees can network, engage, and interact. It's a platform to showcase and sell your books. To summarize, the Author Spotlight series is more than just an event. It's a celebration, a platform, an opportunity. It's an opportunity that comes with multiple benefits: recognition, networking, and sales. Don't just be an author. Join the Book Prophets Club's Author Spotlight series. Showcase your literary genius. The stage is set, the lights are on. All we need is you.
Imagine a world where children navigate social media with ease and understanding. Enter Kaysen LLC, formed in 2017 with the mission to help our young ones safely explore the digital landscape. Focusing on internet safety, Kaysen teaches critical topics such as perseverance, mindset, and the intriguing effects of video games on the brain. But that's not all. It also empowers parents to engage in meaningful conversations about gaming and internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme have found Kaysen's platform both engaging and relevant. And for those parents whose children face learning and thinking differences, Kaysen offers support through a book and regular newsletter. Hailing from North Wales, Pennsylvania, Kaysen LLC is your guide in the digital age. Yes, come on, commercials. And we'll be having more commercials played throughout the conference. Remember, this conference, this is just day one. Tomorrow is day two. We'll be back live at the same time. Also, the link for Canada, it's thebookprofitsclub.com. I have put it in the chat. So for those of you guys who are in the chat, if you click on that link, that's going to take you to apply. Oh, Lord, hold on. I think I messed it up. Hold on one sec. Let me get it right. For those who want to apply for Canada, this is a women's conference, though. I know. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a women's conference. You know I like to include my men. But what happened was I was actually reached out to by the conference and invited to be one of their speakers. And if y'all know me, I don't like to leave nobody out. So everybody, it does not matter if you are a BPC member or not, you can actually apply to become a speaker. But we only have 10 spots, okay? 10 spots. So I just put the link in the chat. Hopefully that's going to pull it up. Let me see. Yes. Okay, great. I just put the link in the chat. So you have to apply first because I actually told, so certain people, you're automatically going to be approved. We know you know how to do your power talks and stuff. But if you are brand new, I want to know exactly what you're talking about. Also, this is going to be a panel for authors only. So you have to be a published author. Okay. By the way, side note, it's also my birthday. So my birthday is May 5th. Yay!